There's a moment we all know. You're at work, at home, maybe on the phone. Someone talks to you like you're a child. They roll their eyes, raise their voice, push your buttons. And inside, you feel that surge. Do I snap back? Do I explain myself again? Do I just swallow it and take the hit? Most of us were never taught how to handle disrespect. We either explode or we stay silent and hate ourselves later. The Stoics did something different. They didn't argue. They didn't beg to be understood. They ended the conversation, calmly, firmly, and with their dignity intact. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 Stoic phrases that do exactly that, when to use them, why they work, and how to say them so you stay in control. No shouting, no drama, no guilt. If you're someone who's done being dragged into other people's chaos, stay with me, because the next 15 minutes will show you exactly how to take your peace back. Before we get into the phrases, there's one idea worth holding on to, not as philosophy, but as practical wisdom for everyday life. Most of the conflict we experience doesn't come from what another person says. It comes from the belief that we have to respond to it. We're taught from an early age that silence means weakness, that walking away means losing, that the only way to protect ourselves is to fight every battle that appears in front of us. But as we get older, something becomes clear. Not every battle is ours. Some people speak from insecurity, some from habit, some from frustration that has nothing to do with you. And if you react to every one of those moments, you end up living a life controlled by the moods of other people. Stoicism offers a different starting point. You don't control what they say. You only control how you respond to it. When you understand that, something subtle shifts. You stop trying to win arguments. You stop trying to change minds. You stop giving your energy to conversations that never had the capacity to go anywhere useful. A boundary isn't aggression, it's clarity. It's the quiet decision that your peace is worth more than proving a point. And the phrases you're about to hear are exactly that. Not weapons, not clever comebacks, but doors you can step through whenever a conversation stops honoring your time, your values, or your self-respect. These aren't scripts to memorize word for word. They're tools. Use them when the situation fits, adjust them to your voice, and trust your instinct on when your peace needs protecting. So as we go through them, remember, the goal is not to dominate anyone. The goal is to stay anchored in yourself, even when the world tries to pull you off course. With that in place, let's move into the 10 phrases. Phrase 1. You're talking to a wall right now. This line is for bad faith repetition, when someone keeps dragging you back into a conversation you've already had and already resolved, just to stir up drama. Your parent, your sibling, or a coworker keeps bringing up the same tired, solved complaint about your choices for the 10th time. You've answered it calmly. You've explained your reasons. You've made your decision. But they insist on reopening the old wound, not to find a solution, but to keep control and keep you on the defensive. That's not a discussion. That's a power play. You wait for them to pause. Then you say it calmly, no emotion. You're talking to a wall right now. I've already answered this. I'm not going over it again. Then you're done. You walk away, you hang up, or you turn back to what you were doing. Stoically, this line is about protecting your inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius talked about not wasting your short life arguing with people who refuse to hear. You state your truth once, maybe twice. After that, continuing the argument is a choice, and you're choosing your peace. Use this phrase when you recognize the pattern. Same complaint, same script, no intention to move forward. It's a clean way of saying, you no longer have access to my energy on this topic. Phrase 2. I don't debate my boundaries. There's a kind of argument that never ends, because it's built on the wrong assumption that your boundaries are up for negotiation every time someone doesn't like them. You say, I'm not available after 9 p.m. They say, That's ridiculous. You're being difficult. You say, I don't lend money to friends or family. They say, wow, so you don't care about anyone but yourself. You say, I'm not comfortable talking about that. They roll their eyes, push harder, and accuse you of hiding something. If you play along, you get stuck explaining, justifying, defending. You give a whole life story for why you need sleep, why you protect your finances, why you want privacy, and every explanation invites more attack, more pressure, more testing. A Stoic doesn't do that. You understand that a boundary is not a debate topic. It's a line you live by. You're willing to communicate it clearly, but you're not willing to put it on trial every time someone doesn't like it. So when the pressure starts and they demand reasons, you stay calm and you say, I don't debate my boundaries. That's it. You're not asking for permission. You're not applying for approval. You're stating a policy for your life, and then you let your actions be consistent with it. Phrase 3. Your chaos isn't my responsibility. There are people who live in a constant state of problem. Something is always urgent. Someone always wronged them. There's always a new fire to put out. They call you to unload after every argument. They rant about work, family, money. They expect you to listen, calm them down, give advice, and somehow make it all feel manageable. At first, it feels like you're being a good friend, partner, or parent. You're supportive. You're there. But over time, you notice a pattern. The situations change, the chaos doesn't. And now you're the one drained, distracted, and tense. You're checking your phone, bracing for the next emotional dump. You feel guilty if you don't respond. That's the moment a Stoic steps back and sees what's actually happening. You've started to feel responsible for someone else's emotional weather. You can care about someone without carrying them. You can listen sometimes, offer perspective sometimes, but you do not owe them your energy on demand. Their reactions, their choices, their patterns, those are theirs. So the next time they try to drag you into yet another storm, you stay calm and say, your chaos isn't my responsibility. Then you act in line with it. You answer later, you shorten the call, or you say you're not available for this conversation right now. Phrase 4. I'm not trading my peace for your drama. There's a point in life where you realize your energy is not unlimited. You've got work, health, maybe aging parents, maybe kids who still need you. You only have so much attention to spend in a day. And then there's that person who treats your life like an emotional landfill. They show up already spun up. Can you believe what he said? You won't even listen to me. Why aren't you more upset about this? You feel the pressure. If you don't match their intensity, they get louder. If you stay calm, they say you don't care. So you get pulled in. Your heart rate goes up. Your evening is gone. This is where a Stoic draws a line. Your nervous system is not a public resource. Their conflict, their overreactions, their need to stay offended, that's their business. Your peace is yours. So when you feel that familiar pull into someone else's drama, you keep your voice level and say, I'm not trading my peace for your drama. Then you stop justifying. You don't explain it 10 different ways. You let the silence do its job, or you step away if they keep pushing. And if they won't calm down or shift gears, that leads straight into the next one. Phrase 5. This conversation doesn't serve me. Sometimes the problem isn't the person, it's the loop you keep getting stuck in with them. You've had the same argument 10 times. Nothing changes. No one learns. You both walk away irritated, and a day later, it starts again. Or maybe it's not even a full argument. It's the passive-aggressive comments, the little jabs, the same complaint brought up over and over, dressed in slight